everyone, welcome to Jane Dean Gardens. I'm Jackie. We're here today at the Rose Garden. Nothing makes a garden more beautiful than roses, except of course canna lilies, but roses come in a close second. It's springtime, the leaves are looking beautiful and full, and look, the roses are even starting to bud. And ow, the thorns are sharper than ever. But it didn't always look like this. For those who grow roses, they know that winter takes its toll on them. So in order to make sure that you give your roses the best chance through spring and summer, you gotta do your prep work. So let's take a trip down memory lane. Hi everyone, it's a beautiful crisp Sunday morning in early March, and we're here in the Rose Garden. Now, does this look like a familiar sight? Your beautiful roses looking like God knows what. Well, with the little TLC, we can get these roses looking in tip-top shape. Now, what you want to do first is to protect yourself. What I do is I double up. I use a regular gardening glove, and then on top of that, I put a leather glove. And then, if you notice, I'm wearing a long jacket, as well as glasses and a hat. You do not want to get stuck in the eye or anywhere else where it snags onto your clothing, or like I said, you don't want it in your eye. So the first thing we're going to do is basically trim back all these branches that are sticking out, because like I said, you don't want to get stuck in the eye or anywhere else with them. So let's get started. Okay, so take for example this rose bush. Look at all the branches sticking out. Actually, that one just got caught on my glove. See, good thing we double up. What we're going to do is we're going to take these branches that are sticking out, because we're always getting knocked in the eye with these, or they're snagging on our clothes, whichever. But what we want to do is we want to basically cut these back so that they're kind of pressed up against the trellis. That's the key role of trimming these back. So we're going to start trimming these. Let's start with the small one. And then we're going to just throw them off to the side. Get rid of them. Don't keep them close, because those thorns will get you. Trust me, because it's happened. And we're going to take the step stool and we're going to reach the high ones with that. And it doesn't really matter if you cut on an angle, if you cut straight. I know a lot of people like to cut it on, cut it on an angle, but it really doesn't matter. So we're just going to cut these. We have a lot to cut. Okay, so we're going to trim all these back, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so as you can see, we cut back all the branches, and it may look a little drastic, but trust me, you want to give your roses the best chance possible of new growth. So what we're going to do is check out the stems at the base to see which ones are good enough to keep and which aren't. Okay, so as you can see that these were cut already, these stems, they were definitely dead. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut them back even more. We're going to use the loppers on them. Cut them down as far as you can go. Even cut that a little bit. And then you discard them, because we are going to be cleaning up this garden and it's going to look beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get ready to train these now. I think we have all the stems that we're going to use. Okay, so we're here at this rose bush and it's ready to be trained. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some twist ties this is what we like to use. It's a flexible tie. It's actually bought at the dollar store, believe it or not. You can use clips, ties, you can use twist ties from like an old bread container or something. So what you want to do is pre-cut them to make life a lot easier, trust me. You don't want to cut them while you have the stem in your hand. So we're going to take one of these, and you're going to design this the way that you want your roses to grow. So you can start, this one actually looks like it wants to be trained. So we're going to start with this stem right here. It's actually in the perfect position, and I didn't do that. So it wants to be trained. That's a good sign of how things are going to start with this. So just give it a couple of twists. Now it's flexible. This is flexible tie, so it's going to be flexible for when this stem starts growing. You can put it a little looser if you want. I put it a little bit tighter because I do want it to train to touch the trellis and to grow up the trellis. So we're going to take another one. Now not all of them are as cooperative as that one, trust me. This one actually looks like it's going to be a little more cooperative as well. So let's put this one on. Get your ties ready and try to go underneath the little teeny weeny branch that's here, because it'll hold on easier. See, that was easy. They're not all that easy, and we're probably going to run into a few. So we have this one. Let's go with this one. This one is a thinner one, and I would like that to go up the side of this trellis. So pull it up as far as you can. Pull it up as high as you would want to. And see, there's a little branch there, so I'm going to tie it right underneath that branch. All right. This one would probably be next. I think I'm going to put that right there. And you can adjust these as these rose bushes grow. Right now it's a little difficult to know what it's going to look like, but you're training it. So you can easily train it a different way if you want it maybe a little bit more off to the left or the right or the center. Okay. This stem is a thin one, and it's not too tall, so it's not going to reach the trellis, and I can't tie it up. But it does look healthy. It's nice and green. We want to give it a chance rather than cut it. So we're going to tuck it behind another one that is tied, and as it grows, we'll be able to tie it up. So we can put that there. And then this is another thin one. Now before you tie up two that are close together, kind of design it. This is your design. Your rose garden is how you want it to be. And you train the stems. They don't train you. So I think I'm going to put that right there. I want this one more on the end. So right now I'm going to go for this thinner one. Pull it up as high as you can. And just tie it. There you go. And it's going to show a little bend to it. That's okay. Like I said, they're going to grow. And you could change the position. Now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because it extends out, but that's okay. What you do is you just bend the tie so that when you put it in the trellis, it's already bent. And you just tie it up like that. And there you go. It may not look very pretty right now, but it's going to grow and it's going to flourish because we cut all the stems and now they're being trained. And this is just the start of it, so enjoy it. Okay, so now it's time to clean up your garden bed. So what I like to use is this mealy pad, but actually it turns into a stool. like that, or like how we're going to use it today, like that, if you're going down low. So what we do is, if you have any old debris in your garden bed, you just want to pull it out. Sometimes you can pull it out like that, or sometimes you can cut it. Okay, this one's fighting me a little bit, so I'm going to have to tend to this a little later. But what you want to do is you want to get all the leaves out, and especially around the rose bush, you want to get rid of any old leaves or any stems that you may have cut away. Just get rid of all of it. Put it off to the side. Any weeds, get rid of it. We're going to move down a little bit because this is probably a familiar sight. Doesn't this place look great? Well, at least it looks clean and organized. With the prep work that we did today, it's going to make your rose bushes look magnificent. I know you were probably a little scared when we cut the rose stems so short, but there you go. With some early prep work, your rose garden is going to look as beautiful as you remember from the year before. You just got to give it some time. We'll bring you an update when all the roses bloom. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a comment. Again, we'd love to hear from you. And be sure to hit like and subscribe. So remember, until next time, yes, we Rosa. Oh, wait. Yes, we Kenna.